So 15 years ago today, our nation fell under terrorist attack, and since then, we've fought for resilience and for unity.
Though our campus is one of thousands across the country, we are composed of students who were directly affected by September 11th.
This initiative is one small action honoring a day as significant as this one, which yields raw emotion and reflection.
Our team and the club sports family has chosen to honor the victims of the September 11th attacks, the first responders who so bravely risked their lives for others, and the patriotism that resulted afterwards.
Today we play for something that has forever changed our lives and our country, and we play for something much bigger than ourselves.
Pain, suffering, tragedy. These are words that were on the forefront of American minds as our country came under attack on September 11th, 2001. The terror attacks shook the world and continue to impact our generation. 2016 marks the 15th anniversary of the attacks, and the memory still weighs on the minds of club sports captains Danielle Fowler and Will Flood.
I definitely have not gone to 9/11 without watching the ceremony and feeling like my heart's at home, especially since coming to Elon. It's something that I just feel like I should be at home and present for, even if I can't physically be there, but just knowing my appreciation for those first responders who rushed in, the patriotism that I display and the love for my country, for this country, that's all kind of impacted who I am and how I lead my life.
I think it gives perspective. When big events like that happen, when kind of terrors you see around the world, when it comes home, it makes it real. It kind of makes you realize that, how fortunate we are just to, not only Elon students, but just to have safe, healthy lives. And then, to have that disrupted every now and then, I think is, kind of humbles you a little bit. It makes you realize how lucky you are to have every day in a safe, healthy environment that we have.
This year, to honor the memory of those that lost their lives, the club sports captains for women's soccer, baseball, men's rugby, and club hockey played games on the weekend of September 11th and organized special commemorations before the start of their games.
For me, I didn't have a personal connection to anybody that was directly affected by 9/11. It was a big point. It's a big point in the country's history. So I think it's just important to keep it relevant and almost a uniting factor among not only our team, to get everybody together for such a big cause before a couple games, I think was just an incredible way to remember that day.
It was something that by chance our game just fell on that day. It fell on September 11th, and our team, the women's club soccer team, was going to do something for it anyway. It was something that personally I've never not recognized the day, and being so close, I'm from New Jersey, and being so close to home, that it was something that coming to Elon was kind of hard to be away from.
The women's club soccer team and the club baseball team featured special national anthems sung by fellow Elon students. The teams also had special additions to their uniforms.
So we were actually fortunate enough with Danielle. Her father worked in the New York Port Authority Police Division who lost 37 people that day. And he was actually able to send down hats for us to wear. So it had Port Authority of New York, and on the back it had 9/11, 2001 with the number 37 representing the number of people who passed away. So we were fortunate enough to be able to wear those during our game, which I think was a huge moment for us. And really for the guys that were able to wear it on the field, it kind of brought a whole new level of excitement to the day.
We had my dad ship down Port Authority Police Department patches, also with the 37 and the Twin Towers on it that we got to pin to our jerseys. And we had USA tape that we taped up our shin guards with, and USA tattoos, and we really fired up our girls and a lot of the teams that weekend to not just play for the first opening weekend of club sports, but to play for something a lot bigger than ourselves.
Even 15 years later, the captains still have memories of where they were on that fateful day.
I went to a Catholic school, and we actually, it was a random mass. I don't remember what day of the week it was, and I just remember coming out of the church and, teachers and parents, everybody kind of in a frenzy, and obviously just being sent home because a plane did go down in Pennsylvania as well, so nobody really knew if Philadelphia was going to be a target. So again, being so young, I don't remember the significance and the importance of everything, but I do remember that day. It kind of sticks out as one of those first early memories that you have.
I was 6 years old. I was in first grade at Tisdale School in New Jersey. I know a lot of kids got pulled out of school that day, but my parents didn't take us out. My dad had actually been sick with meningitis a little bit beforehand, so he was home. I believe my mom may have worked the night before. She's a nurse, so she was asleep for most of the day, and just kind of came home. And I can't say I vividly remember the day, but I just know that our family has talked about it a ton for me to kind of get glimpses of the images. But I do remember just the news always being on, always seeing the images of the planes striking the building and the towers coming down. And I do remember vividly once my dad was transferred from his previous unit to emergency management, he had gone into the city early hours in the morning, would come home super late at night. He couldn't coach my soccer team. He just wasn't home for dinner. We'd be in bed before he would come home at night. So that was really hard. You go from having him home 24/7. Yeah, he was sick and on bed rest, but he was home and still the goofy dad that we knew and loved. But then he went and he was building relations with these families who had just lost their loved ones and lost everything. And it's hard to comprehend that as a 6-year-old. But I remember being in the cafeteria one day and just crying because I wanted my dad to come back home. So that emotion, and in retrospect, just seeing all that he's done for the city and for those families going forward just tugs on your heartstrings a little bit.
Beneath our race, our religion, and our politics, we are Americans. We heal the pain, we overcome the suffering, and we find meaning in tragedy.